Hi guys, I am MD Shahajada Imran. Today I will make a video about how we can create a checkpoint in Selenium Automation Script. So what is checkpoint? Checkpoint verifies that whether the expected information appears in an expected location of your web page, a dialog box, or application under test. So that is the definition. What it means, let's say I launch Google Chrome browser and entered www.facebook.com and hit enter. The Facebook homepage appeared. So now I need to check if the home page actually appeared. If it did not appear AOL homepage or Amazon homepage or LinkedIn homepage. How we can check that we entered Facebook in the address bar and a page loaded. The page loaded that is actually Facebook, not Amazon or not something else. How we can check that? By the logo. So I need to put a checkpoint that the logo is saying Facebook. It's not saying Amazon, or it's not saying AOL, or it's not saying Yahoo, or it's not saying LinkedIn or something else. If it is not saying Facebook, if it is saying something else, then the checkpoint fails. So in the script, I need to put a checkpoint, and the checkpoint will validate or verify this logo or this image or the text in this image. So that is the checkpoint. So checkpoint verifies the expected information. What is the expected information? The Facebook text in this logo in an expected location of a application under test. So this is the Facebook app which is under test, and this is the expected location. So now I will show code, how we can create code for that. I previously created one a script. This is the script that has few lines of codes. This will launch the Google Chrome browser, and this will navigate to the Facebook homepage, and this will maximize the browser. And in the left side in the project we have source folder. Under source folder we have my package. Under that I have a class called my class, and there are one folder with the name driver that has chrome driver.exe, executable file which is used here, and also have the standalone jar file, Selenium WebDriver standalone jar file. Now I will write some. Before that, I run this project to verify it's running smoothly. So I will first run it. And the script should launch Google Chrome browser and enter Facebook in the address bar of the browser and maximize the browser. Now I will put a checkpoint. So I will put a checkpoint to verify the logo text of the landing page. This is the landing page, this is the logo, and I will verify the text in the logo. And to verify, I have to put a checkpoint. So first I will write a line of code that will collect the value of the text of this object or web element and store in a variable. Okay. Now I will collect the X path of this web element. Copy X path. So I have copied the X path. Now I will paste here. Now before every double quote I have to put a backslash, which is regular expression, which is also called escape a special character. So double quote is a special character, so therefore I have to put one extra backslash. Here also one more double quote, so I have to put one extra backslash, and then dot get text semicolon. So this line will receive the text of this web element and store in this variable called v. Now if v dot equals Facebook and then system.out.print pass. Print pass, else fail. So I just put one checkpoint. This is one checkpoint to check the text, to check the text is Facebook or not. Now I will run it. I closed the open browser, so the script will launch a newly fresh browser. Script launch the browser, maximized it. Now it's validating the value of the logo of the landing page of Facebook. It says it's failed. because the value I have put here is not the exact value. Let me collect the exact value this time. This is the exact value. And paste here. Now I will run it, and this time it will pass. So the fail thing, the negative testing passes if it is not the exact value. If the value is something else, even a space or a letter missing, it will show fail. Now I will be checking again, and this time it should pass. There are two Google Chrome browsers open. So it's passed. I'll close both browsers. This is one way that we can put checkpoint. How about there are more methods that I can use. There is a method to contains. Contains. This is a method contains that I can use. It returns boolean value, true or false. If it contains, what contains? This value. If it contains this, then here I'll just put V. This variable is holding true now, because if this line will return true or false, it will collect the text value and check if that is this value, the value I have written here, that value has to match with the runtime value. Okay, now this is another way to put the same checkpoint, validating the value of the logo of the landing page of Facebook, but in a different way, putting the checkpoint. Now if I run it, it should say pass. Before that I clear everything. I cleared all the data in the console. I also closed the open browser. It says passed. I can also use a JUnit framework. Then I can use the assert method. JUnit framework comes with a method called assert method that can be used for putting a checkpoint as well. So there is another way that we can put checkpoint. I already showed two different ways. So now I will be showing how we can put checkpoint using JUnit. For that I need to have the JUnit jar file in the project. Right now in this project there is no JUnit jar file. So I will be adding one JUnit jar file. To add a JUnit jar file, this is a alternate way to add JUnit jar file. JUnit test case, I will say temporary temp test case, and I will click on finish. It will ask, do I want to add JUnit 4 jar file to the project? I will say yes by clicking on OK. So it added this jar file, and then the temporary class I will just delete because I do not need the temporary class. All I needed to add JUnit 4 jar file in the detour way. So I just added JUnit jar file. Now I can use the assert dot assert equal. So it has so many comparison methods. Assert true. Assert true, I will say V, because this value V is holding true. If that logo contains this value, then this V will be holding TREV true, and this is assert true and true. If both true and true, then passes. If one is true, other one is false, then fail. Now I will run it. Before I run, I close the open browser and clear the console, and now run it again. So there is no error. If there is error, there should have shown some exception. Since there is no exception, that means it passes. How about I intentionally fade it? I will say here it says LinkedIn. If I ask a script to pass it only if the LinkedIn value is showing LinkedIn, not Facebook, then what will happen? Let me run it. Go here, and it says it showed an error, so it failed. Let me fix. Let me put the actual value again, so that it passes. Now it passes. There is no exception. There is no exception. So this is the third way that we can put checkpoint, using assert method, and this assert, using assert method, and this one only will be available if the JUnit jar file is added to the project. So I have showed 3 different ways that we can put a checkpoint. And again, what is checkpoint? Checkpoint verifies the expected information. So what is expected information? The value of this web element, expected information in an expected location of a application under test. So this is the application which is under test, and this is the expected location that the script will check the value is this correct or not. Now there are so many different types of checkpoint that we can do using so many different types of methods. Here you can see there are so many different types of combinations that can be applied to the script to validate or to put a checkpoint. Thank you guys for watching.